The outdoor track and field season is officially in full swing because almost all of the fastest pros in the world have hit the track by now, which also means we are only just a few weeks away from the Olympic trials. And if you happen to run the 100-meter dash and you are American, that meet might even be bigger than the Olympics themselves, because according to Justin Gatlin, it is even harder to make Team USA than it is to make an Olympic final. To be 100% honest with you, that final race at the Olympic trials is going to make or break somebody's legacy, because you can't win an Olympic medal if you don't get selected to the team. Every single year since Usain Bolt's last Olympics, an American has won the world in the 100-meter dash. The only time it didn't happen was in the last Olympics. That was when Lamont Marcel Jacobs ran the race of his life, with Fred Kerley from America right behind him. But Team USA came back the following year and swept the 100-meter dash at the World Championships. They actually also swept the 200, but we're not even talking about that right now. And beyond that, the three fastest men who are presently still sprinting at the professional level, who are also in the top 10 all time, not named Johan Blank, are American. So whether you like it or not, the Olympic trials for Team USA in the 100-meter dash is the sprinting event of the year during an Olympic year, because whoever actually wins that race is supposed to come home with the gold. So we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that a whole bunch of fast men will be stuck at home watching the Olympics on TV instead of competing for a medal when it's all done. We know that Noah Lyles has to be the favorite because he's the reigning world champion in that event. But after him, you probably can't even tell me the man who was in second in the World 100 last year, because track and field fans always tend to forget just how fast you actually are if you're not in the front of the race that they just saw. And of course I know that a high school kid already dropped a world-leading time in the 100. He ran it down in Clermont, Florida. For the record, everybody runs fast in Clermont. And he's actually the top track and field recruit across all the events in the class of 2024. But he also said that he's going to be there in Eugene to compete with all of America's fastest men. So I'm here to remind you of all the fast men that he's now going to have to compete with to make Team USA. A bunch of legitimate contenders who have already proven that they deserve a spot on the Olympic team. But they can't all get one this year, which is fine, because the only way to become the best in the entire world is you first have to beat the best. But that always starts in the Olympic trials if you are American. But if you're new here, I have to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SVARecruiting.com, where I rank the best high school track and field recruits in the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comments section, because I try to read them all. I have to admit that the list of legitimate contenders is longer than I first realized, because America has put out a lot of fast men since Bolt left, which is why I have to start off with Christian Coleman, because in Bolt's final 100-meter race, he is the only man sprinting right now who finished across the line ahead of him. From then until now, he'd become a world champion in 2019 and broke the world record in the 60-meter dash. And on top of that, became a Diamond League champion in 2023. For the record, he was also tied for the fastest time in the world that year. And now he's the reigning world champion in the 60-meter dash again. So we know he's going to be way out in front, likely in the final race at the trials. We just don't know if he's going to hold everybody off yet. And Fred Kerley will be coming for him because he's the world champion from 2022. But since that moment, he hasn't looked like quite the same sprinter. But you can't count him out just yet, because any man who can win the entire world knows exactly what it takes to do it again. Whether you realize it or not, Marvin Bracy-Williams is still a threat in the 100. He won a world medal in 2022, and that was just 2 years ago, so you can't count him out either. But Kyree King has to be the biggest dark horse in all of this. I have to be honest with you, he's never made a major international final for Team USA. He's been running on the Diamond League for some time now and put out some legitimately fast times. So we know that he actually could do it, we just don't know if he ever will. Which is unlike Ronnie Baker, who actually made the most recent Olympic team in 2021 and made it to the final. He's the type of sprinter that people seem to keep forgetting about, at least until the final race is over and he is left standing on Team USA. But the one name that nobody was checking for a year ago has to be Cravont Charleston. He became the American champion in 2023, literally coming from out of nowhere. And just as soon as we noticed him, he also seemed to disappear because he didn't make the 100-meter final at the World Championships. But you can't count out any man who is an American champion, especially if they did it within the past year. But Kung Fu Kenny Bednarek has to make this list because he almost always makes Team USA whenever he sets his mind to it. But that is normally in the 200-meter dash. But this year, he's looking like he wants to run the 100. At the Tom Jones meet, he ran the 100 against Noah Lyles, and they ran the same exact time down to 100th of a second. Noah Lyles technically got the victory, but Kenny doesn't actually have to win. He just has to make the team, and if he can run the same time as Noah down to the 100th, he's likely going to make it again. And the most dangerous sprinter whom nobody is talking about right now has to be Trayvon Bromell, because he is back and running the 100-meter dash. He's made the last 2 Olympic teams and won a world medal in the 100. The only reason we've likely not seen him do more than that is because he's been battling injuries the entire time. But the one man that everybody in the world is chasing right now is Noah Lyles. He's the reigning world champion in the 100-meter dash, but he's also the last man since Usain Bolt himself to complete the sprint triple. We know what Noah Lyles is supposed to do in Paris this year. The problem is, he has to go through the Olympic trials just to get there in the first place. It is abundantly clear that America has more fast men to choose from than anywhere else in the world, and the way they actually make a decision is to make them battle it out at the Olympic trials. So the team we actually send to Paris might not even be the best 3 sprinters we have. They just have to be the best 3 sprinters on that day. So take your pick, whichever man you think has what it takes to win the gold. Because sprinting is not just about running fast. It's about running fast in the one race that you actually need to run. That is what made Usain Bolt so special, because he was always there in the final, the one race that he needs to run. But this year, that race is happening in Eugene, Oregon. SCA track and field gear is here. Fast is a lifestyle, and what you wear should reflect that. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop, or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.